What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Pick Plug back here with another video, and today we're gonna be hopping into Tuesday, February 6th picks for today. Now, we have not been hitting as of recently in our YouTube, and we do realize that, but in our Discord we do have a consistent streak, and we're hitting pretty decently. Yesterday, unfortunately, we did miss 2 out of our 3 picks, but today we are going to be bouncing back for sure with these picks that we do have today. Now, it was a little bit of a weird day, as a lot of the analytics were saying that most of those picks would hit. But unfortunately, the way sports betting goes, it doesn't always go the way that the analytics go. And sometimes players do have an off night, and they may have gone on a streak the last couple games, but they ended up not doing too hot that day. So if you guys are watching these videos and you do support our videos, thank you guys for all the support. And we'll actually be making a new program for our members, where you can actually get access to the early picks and props of each video, and get some occasional videos on the YouTube or on the Discord picks, where we do put more time and effort into researching those picks, so you guys can get higher quality picks just by joining our YouTube membership. So if you guys do want to join that, click that join button next to the subscribe button, and you guys can get higher quality and higher trajectory picks occasionally when we do post these videos. But without further ado, let's hop into today's picks. For our first prop, we will actually be staying in the points tab, and we'll be scrolling down to Jimmy Butler, 18.5 points, and this one is going to be for more. Now, looking at his last 5 games, we can see that he's gone the over 5 out of 5 times, and against his previous game against the Clippers, he did end up having 21 points, and he even had 31 points against Sacramento Kings, which is pretty solid. Now, looking at his matchup against Orlando, we do see him going over this night as well, as he has been pretty consistently hot. And in his last 5 games, we can see he's gone on the over, but the previous 5 games he did go on the under. So he is a little bit of a shaky player, but we do see that he is on a hot streak as of right now. Head to head, he has gone on the over 3 out of 4 times, 75%. But the previous game, where it was a blowout, they did end up he only had 15 points. Now, I do want you guys to keep in mind that Tyler Hero may or may not be playing. He is listed on a game time decision for a concussion, and Duncan Robinson as well. So if you guys do see both of these players out, that may affect it very drastically. If these guys are out and they don't play, this most likely won't be too close of a game, and Jimmy Butler will end up resulting in less minutes. So if you guys are going for this prop, I suggest that you do wait to see what their game time decision is. And if they are playing, I do believe that you guys should go on the under. But if they're not playing, I do believe that you guys should go on the under. If they're not playing, I do believe that you guys should go on the under. And if they are, I believe that you should go on the over, because that will end up in a closer game, which will mean Jimmy Butler have higher minutes, and eventually have more points, because it will be a closer game. Now, looking at the overall matchup without all those factors, we can see that versus the small forward position, they're actually 15th, right in the middle of the whole rankings. They're 15th in points allowed, and they do allow plenty of points from the small forward position. And in the last 20 games, he has actually hit this line 12 out of 10 times, which is 60%, which is pretty solid. And whenever he does play around 30 minutes, he does end up going on the over. But when he plays around less than 30 minutes, it's most likely a pretty decent margin game, and he does end up going on the under. Or maybe Bam Adebayo takes over the game and he actually goes on the under because of that. But looking at his last 5 games, he's exceeded this mark 5 straight times, and he is actually favored by the bookies to go on the over this as well. But again, if they do bump this, a lot of these picks may get bumped, so you guys do want to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that you guys can get access to these picks, and as well as you guys can have this access to this tool by clicking the link in the description below. You can get a free 7-day trial just by clicking that link in the description below. But Jimmy Butler over for 18.5, we'll be going for that as of right now. But again, if these players are not playing, like Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, I will go on the under. Now, like I said before, those game time decision players are actually pretty very hard to bet on, and they do end up putting a lot of factors in a lot of different aspects put into them, but we do make the necessary adjustments whenever those players are actually announced as not playing in the Discord. So if you guys do want access to those necessary adjustments and have the full picks of the day whenever they are officially posted and the adjusted and the more research put into picks of the day, you guys can join that Discord and get access to them. For our next prop, we'll actually be going to the assist tab, and I do believe that this will be a prop that ends up getting bumped later on in the day, and we'll be scrolling down to Paulo Banchero, 4.5 assists for more. Now, looking at his last 5 games, we can see that he's gone on the over, and he is averaging 6.8 in the last 5 games. In his previous three out of 5 games, he's actually gotten 7 straight in a row, and seven out of he got 7 out of the last 5 games. So we can see that he is pretty good at getting assists, and versus Miami, his matchup will be even better tonight. Looking here on Outlier, we can see that out of the last 10 games, he's gone on the over 8 out of 10 times, and against the one time that they didn't go over was against, in fact, Miami, but it was a blowout game, only having 2 assists. So now this is where the injuries does play in again. If Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson aren't playing, there is a pretty big blowout margin probably going to happen. So this may likely happen again. So if they do end up not playing, we will make the necessary adjustments on our Discord. But as of right now, they are listed as probable. So we're going to assume that they are playing, and we believe that he will go on the over for this line, 4.5 assists. And his rank is there. Miami's defense with assists allowed, they are actually ranked 21st in the league. So this is a very, very solid prop. Again, he is averaged around 6.8 in the last couple of games, and in the last he's hit this line in the last 7 straight games. So this is very, very solid prop for him to go for. As well as at home, he's actually gone on the over 8 out of 10 times, and the 2 times that he didn't meet this line, he was pretty close. He only needed 2 or 1 more assist to go on the over. So he is solid when it comes to these assists, and he's very solid when it comes to hitting this line. He does hit this line pretty consistently. As long as he gets around 30 minutes, he should be able to hit this line pretty consistently. All right, so for our next prop, it will actually be on Chalkboard. You guys have been loving the Chalkboard props as of recently, and if you guys do want more of these Chalkboard props, please do go ahead and hit that like button so that I do know that you guys are loving these Chalkboard props. Again, these Chalkboard props are very easy to hit on, so we actually don't really count them towards our record. These are just props that we can just add like little money towards our winnings. But if you guys don't know what Chalkboard is, it is a Chalkboard DFS app that you guys can actually alternate the lines on. It is similar to Prizepicks, where they have the demons and goblins, but you can actually alternate by yourselves and just choose which ones that you guys do want to alternate. So for example, this Alfred Sengun, 23.5 points. If you think that is too high for him, you can alter it, let's say, to 20.5 points and have a higher chance of hitting. Or the opposite, if you say that's too low for him, you can alter it to 25.5 points and get a higher payout. But for today, we'll actually be going with a pretty solid prop. Normally his prop is actually at 13.5 points, but we're going to be going and lowering it to 9.5 points. And this prop is for Tyrese Halliburton. He's playing against the Houston Rockets, and I do believe this is a pretty high scoring game overall. I do believe that he should easily be going over his 13.5 points. But as of recently, he's been scoring around 14 to 15 points, and it is a pretty risky factor considering going up against Houston. They are having a decent defense, but I do believe that if we set this line to 9.5, this should be a very, very easy prop for him to go on the over. So if you guys want to go ahead and try out Chalkboard for yourself, use code TROPHY for 100% deposit match, as well as getting access to my VIP Discord server. You guys can just use this code and send me proof that you used it, and I'll give you guys access to my VIP Discord server down in the link in the description below. If you guys are looking to know the exact odds for every single prop that you guys are going for, this is a very, very solid tool to go for, dgfantasy.com. You guys can actually use code TROPHY and get 25% off on it. You guys can actually find out every single odds and what the bookies are saying for every single prop that they are have them at. For example, this prop right here, you can see every single bookie, and there's other props like this. There are plenty of green odds for today. So if you guys do want to try this out, this is a perfect time and perfect opportunity to try this out. Use code trophy for 25% off. You guys can actually see the exact odds in every single outline that or every single DCF app that there is. You guys can actually see the exact odds for that prop. All right, so for the final prop for today, we'll actually be going to the rebounds plus assist tab, and this is a pretty solid prop. He's hit this line 5 out of 5 times, and we'll be going to Bam Adebayo 13.5 rebounds plus assists for more. Now, if you guys see, he has actually gone the over 5 out of 5 times. He is averaging 15.2 rebounds plus assists in his last 5 games, and as we can see in his matchup versus Orlando, is a pretty solid matchup considering that they are actually 15th in rebounds allowed in the league and 13th in assists allowed. Again, if these players are out, Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, they are game time decisions. We will make the necessary adjustments in our Discord. So you guys do want to be in that to make sure that there are plenty of props that you guys can choose from. Again, we do have plenty of affiliates on our team. So we do actually have a bunch of team members that do make picks and do the research, and you guys can actually get access to those picks. We have a bunch of people that put so much time and effort into those picks, and they make sure that all these picks are actually correct data, and we do make the necessary adjustments when needed. Yesterday we did hit a couple of our analyst picks, and those are accessible through the gold membership and higher. We have a bunch of those analyst picks, and they are very, very valuable when it comes to these types of picks. But looking here, we can see that Bam Adebayo has hit this line 8 out of the last 10 times, and he does get a consistent amount of assists. Surprisingly, he did end up having 6 assists this one game and 15 rebounds. It was pretty, they did end up losing, but it wasn't like a blowout margin game. This game against New York, he did only have 1 assist, but this was more of a blowout margin. So we can see that in these blowout margin type of games, we can see that he goes on the over, even in games that he doesn't play as much as he normally does. Now this game, in this blowout margin game, he did end up having 33 minutes, so that is still around his range of minutes. But this game where he did only have 7 rebounds plus assists, he did only play 28 minutes. So we can see that as long as he plays over 30 minutes, or most of the time when he plays over 30 minutes, he does end up hitting this line. Except for this game, this is a exception. He did end up having a blowout. It was a blowout game, and for some reason they did keep him in the game, but he did not hit that line. Now in his last 5 games, like I said, he is on a pretty good hot streak, and he's hit this line 5 out of 5 times. But head to head, he has actually hit this line the last 2 times that they did play, but he is 3 for 7 overall. But we do see him going over this line tonight. Again, if these players are not playing, I would second think this prop. You guys can still go for it. You can go for his points plus rebounds plus assist prop. That would also be a solid one as well. Now, you guys can also think of it in a way that if these 2 players aren't playing, then Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo might go off, and they might have to do a lot more things and have a lot more pressure on them. So that will mean that they play a lot more minutes, and eventually their stats are higher because of them playing more minutes. But I do believe that if these 2 players aren't playing, then it most likely will be a blowout game. But again, this is up to you guys. If you guys want to make these picks, let me know which props that you guys are going to be going for in this video, or some props that you guys do go for yourselves. I do enjoy all your input. Again, if you guys do want to go ahead and join the membership, we will be releasing early and some exclusive picks on those membership programs, so you guys can join up on that as well. But thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.